Hey, welcome to Hooper's Radar. Today, guys, we're going to be reviewing Bleacher Report's top 100 NBA players for the 2023-24 season. This is their top 100 list that they'll be predicting. Hopefully, this isn't an outrageous list like the Ringers was. So let's get straight into it, and let's start with the honorable mentions. There's definitely a lot of players considered in the top 100, so the honorable mentions shouldn't be anything crazy. Jaden Ivey, Jakob Poeltl, Shaedon Sharpe, Zubac, Clint Capella, Mike Conley, Brandon Miller, Dylan Brooks, Wendell Carter, and Jeremy Sohan. You know, like I said, there's 100 players, and these players will all, I think, eventually crack it. It's a lot of players, so solid honorable mentions. Number 100, we have Tobias Harris, solid player from the 76ers, great shooter. Not much else to be said here. I like the consideration for top 100. We'll see how this spot ends up for him as we see the rest of the list. Number 99, we have Josh Hart, great two-way player from the Knicks. Love his hustle, one of the best rebounding guards in the league. I think this is also a good spot for him. I think he definitely is better than Tobias and provides more. Next, at number 98, we have Kevon Looney, the Iron Man for the Golden State Warriors. Great rebounder, one of the most underrated players in the league, and I like this spot for him as well. I don't know for sure if he's better than Tobias Harris and Josh Hart, but I definitely would say he's more impactful. Next, at number 97, we have Jaden McDaniels, one of the young upcoming players in the league. Great two-way potential on both sides, and I definitely want to see if he has another big leap this season. Number 96, we have Nick Claxton, one of the best defensive bigs in the league, one of the most versatile switchable bigs in the league, and this is also a solid spot for him. I'm not sure if I'd put him over Tobias Harris or any other players, but I like the consideration. The defensive impact is definitely there. Number 94, we have Bojan Bogdanovic. I don't know what happened to number 95. What happened to number 95? Number 95 isn't here. I guess they messed up this list. But at number 94, they do have Bojan Bogdanovic. Oh, and Benedict Mathurin. So I guess they're both tied here, I guess. Yeah, so Bojan Bogdanovic and Benedict Mathurin, both two very good players, two score type of players. And I think I'll give the edge to Benedict just because he has so much more potential and is very young still. But yeah, it's number 94. At number 93, we have John Collins. Has taken a bit of hit to his stock, hasn't been the same for a while. Hopefully he'll come back more on the radar on the Utah Jazz and have more opportunity there. But number 93, John Collins. Number 92, we got Keegan Murray, one of the most talented young players in the league. He's a rising player, rising star, and I like this spot for him. Already one of the best shooters in the league too. At number 91, why does this list keep glitching on me? I don't get it. At number 91, I believe we have after Keegan Murray at number 91. Number 91, we have RJ Barrett, one of the young, better players in the league, third pick in the draft. I don't know what to say about RJ Barrett. It seems like he hasn't taken the leaps we've wanted him to take. But with that said, this is still a solid spot for him, at least to give him some consideration here in the top 100. At number 90, we have Devin Vassell, one of the underrated young players in the league that showed a lot of glimpses last season on the Spurs. I definitely like him. I like his two-way potential, his ability to score, and hopefully we'll see him healthier this year and see a bigger sample size of what he can really do. At number 89, we have Malcolm Brogdon. Like Malcolm Brogdon, sixth man of the year, great player. Not much else to be said. I think 89 is a solid spot for him. At number 88, we have Bruce Brown, one of the biggest stock risers, helped Denver win a championship, and is a great glue piece to a team, and hopefully the Pacers will make some noise with him as a playoff team. At number 87, we have Robert Williams, one of the most underrated bigs in the league. Big from the Boston Celtics, great rim protector, solid passer, good rebounder as well. Just one of the more underrated bigs in the league. Number 86, we have Walker Kessler, already one of the best rim protecting centers in the league. And I like Walker Kessler at this spot. He had a great rookie season. Next, at number 85, we got Jalen Williams, one of the better young guards in the league. Had a great rookie year. It's just looking really good alongside Shea and Josh Giddey, so I like Jalen Williams at 85 for sure. At number 84, we got Jabari Smith. Had a great summer league. He's looking to have a breakout year this season, I believe, and one of the more versatile young bigs in the league. Number 83, we got Scoot Henderson. Did they skip? Okay, no. Number 83, we got Scoot Henderson. You guys know how I feel about Scoot. I'm a Blazers fan. I love Scoot. I think his potential is through the roof. Talking superstar potential, and this thing just absolutely blew up on me again. But yeah, they have Scoot at 83, and I like that spot for Scoot for sure. So at number 82, we got Alperen Sengun, one of the most versatile bigs in the league as well. Defensively, there's a lot to be desired, but offensively, he can pass, he can shoot a little bit, and he's very crafty around the rim because he's not very athletic, but I like him as well. One of the more unique bigs in the league, kind of like a baby Jokic. Number 81, we got Nikola Vucevic. I like Vucevic a lot, can stretch the floor very well, and he's just a very solid big. Nothing much else to say. At number 80, we got Jalen Green, one of the rising young players in the league as well, due for a big breakout season this year with the vets he has in the Rockets, and I think he's going to have a great year. Such an explosive young player. Number 79, we got Brook Lopez. Was in the consideration for Defensive Player of the Year, has so much defensive impact, and gets it all done also offensively on the at the center position. And I love Brook Lopez, love his game. He's such a great fit on any contending team. At number 78, we got Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson is one of the more talented younger players in the league. He doesn't have a lot to his game, but he's a very talented scorer, and I think he'll only get better alongside Victor Wembanyama. So number 78 for Keldon. I don't think he's better than Brook Lopez though yet, so I guess we'll see. Number 77, we got Kyle Kuzma, one of the players from the Wizards light skin duo. Kyle Kuzma is just a very good scorer, very solid player. I want to see if he can contribute more towards winning, so we'll see that this season. At number 76, which this page completely keeps glitching on me and I hate it. At number 76, we have Jordan Poole, the other light skin duo. Okay, so they got Jordan Poole here, one spot of Kuzma, and he's also just a very good guard scorer, has been a sixth man for most of his career, and very versatile scorer as well. I guess we'll see if he can also impact winning for a team that, you know, lacks a lot this season. Number 75, you got CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is kind of, I feel like, a bit on the down of his career. Yeah, he had a good production-wise season last year and still a very good three-point shooter, but it's not like he's not impacting winning as much as he used to on the Blazers, I guess, and it doesn't feel like he's the same, but he's still a very good player. I think he's still a perennial all-star at least. So 75 CJ. 74, we got Anthony Simons. They put Anthony in front of him already. One of the most young, talented three-way scorers in the league. I love Anthony. I think he'll definitely continue to improve, and hopefully he has a great season with the Blazers and breaks out, has another big leap this year. Number 73, they got Chet Holmgren. He'll be returning this year, finally healthy, and will be in the Rookie of the Year race. Great rim protecting big. Can also shoot the ball. We'll really see what Chet Holmgren is about this year on the Thunder. 72, we got Marcus Smart and Michael Porter Jr. Marcus Smart, great defensive guard, MPJ, great shooter, came off a championship, and these are two very good players that contribute to winning. So I like them both at 71. Even though I'd probably give the notch to MPJ as the better player. Actually, no, I'll give it to Marcus Smart. I think Marcus Smart impacts winning more for sure with his defense, playmaking. 69, they got Austin Reeves and Chris Paul. This is hilarious. They got Austin Reeves tied with Chris Paul already. The Austin Reeves hype is insane, but I think Reeves definitely will be better than Chris Paul this season. He's already on the huge come up and playing great for Team USA. And I think we're definitely going to see a lot from Chris Paul. We'll see how he does in the Warriors, whether he's a starter or a bench player. But they got Reeves or Chris Paul. That's super interesting. Next, they got 68. They got Derek White, one of the best two-way guards in the league. Great for the Celtics. Had a great year. Number 67, we got Cameron Johnson, one of the best young shooters in the league. Versatile scorer as well. I like his game as well. 67 seems solid for him. 66, they got Tyler Hero, the Wonder Boy, and I don't think there's much to be said. We'll see how he comes this year. He got injured in the playoffs last year, the entire playoffs. We didn't get to see much of him, but we still know how talented of a scorer and shooter he is. Next, at 65, we got Aaron Gordon. Great hustle player, great glue piece to a team, great rebounder, great defender as well. Just all-around game needed for winning, and he proved that this year, winning a championship with the Nuggets. At 64, we got Jared Allen, one of the best rim-protecting bigs in the league and a former All-Star. This is a solid spot for him for sure. 63, we got Victor Wembanyama. Already, they are ranking Victor Wembanyama at 63. The hype is crazy. I think Vic does have the potential to be eventually top 20, to be honest, even top 10. But they already got him at 63, and I'm not going to say much. We'll see what Victor Wembanyama is really about this upcoming season. 62, they got Rudy Gobert, former, 2-3-time Defensive Player of the Year. This is a reasonable spot for him, and I think he'll have a bounce-back season. At number 61, Desmond Bane, one of the best shooters in the league, one of the most underrated players, and honestly a very good player. I like the spot for him. I think he'll eventually climb much lower in the rankings and eventually get to the top 20s, top 30s. 60, they got Klay Thompson, still one of the best shooters in the league. He's just become incredibly streaky and inconsistent, and this is a solid spot for him. Next, they got Fred VanVleet. Wow, they got Fred VanVleet over Klay Thompson. I don't know if I agree on that, but Fred VanVleet at 59, and the list continues to glitch on me. But yeah, they had Fred VanVleet at 59. I think he'll definitely have an interesting season with the Rockets. we'll see what he's about with the Rockets and if he has a better season, because he was very inefficient last year. So we'll see what happens there. Next, I got Josh Giddey and Miles Turner tied at 57, which I assume is also 58. And Josh Giddey, already a great young playmaking guard who can do a little bit of everything. And Turner, one of the best rim protecting bigs in the league. And I like the spot for them both as well. At number 56, they got Jeremy Grant. Was a great at stretching the floor this year. Still a very versatile defender. And I think this is a very solid spot for him. Can also score the ball. Next, at 55, they got Julius Randle. An absolute beast in the regular season and an absolute drop-off in the playoffs. I like Julius Randle's game still, can play make, great rebounder as well, and can score from all three levels. So I think Julius Randle's still a very good player. DeAndre Ayton at 54. I don't think DeAndre Ayton will be over Julius Randle in the next 5 years, unless DeAndre Ayton finally unlocks himself. But I think he will have hopefully a bounce back season this year, so we'll see that. But DeAndre Ayton at 54. 53, we got Scotty Barnes, one of the youngest guards in the league with the most potential, absolute monster two-way potential that he has. He just has to unlock his offensive game more. He's already a very good defender, and we'll see if he gets more priorities with the Raptors this year with no Fred VanVleet now. Next, at 52, we got Franz Wagner, already one of the most versatile wings and most talented wings. He's been balling out for Germany, I believe, in FIBA, and yeah, just a great player. I want to see more from him, see if he can impact winning more. Next, at 51, they got Tyrese Maxey, already one of the most young and electric guards in the league. Played great this year in the regular season and playoffs, and I love Tyrese Maxey. This is definitely a reasonable spot for him, and I think he will climb more into the rankings of the top 30s as the years go on. 50, they got Chris Middleton. This is a hard one to rank because he was very injured this year and had that one great playoff game, and I think he can still be as good as he has been in previous years, but we'll have to see with Chris. At 49, they got Draymond Green. Oh, Draymond Green, the slap guy, slapped Jordan Poole, but Draymond Green is still a very impactful player, still great on the defensive side. He has kind of gotten worse on the offensive end, but he still impacts the Warriors incredibly, and that 49 spot definitely proves that, shows that. Number 48, they got LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball, one of the best young guards already in the league as well, was already an all-star, great playmaker. I just really want to see him impact winning more because we already know what we're going to get from him play style, stat-wise. Just want to see the winning. Next, at 47, got DeJounte Murray, one of the better two-way guards in the league, still very good defensively and can get it done offensively. Had a weird year this year with the Hawks because they really didn't get much anywhere and they were so mid, but hopefully DeJounte has a better year. Number 46, we got OG Anunoby, one of the best defenders in the league right now. I believe he led in steals this year and still very good. His offensive game is still evolving, which is a great sign. And I like 46 for OG Anunoby. I think his potential is through the roof. 45, Andrew Wiggins, one of the better two-way players in the league as well, was a very important part of the Warriors, and I think the Warriors could have gone farther if Wiggins hadn't came back so late. But yeah, Wiggins 45. 44, we got Zach LaVine. I feel like Zach LaVine had a down year. Still one of the better three-way scorers in the league and three-level scorers in the league, and is still very athletic. And I like Zach LaVine's game for sure. I think he'll have a better year this year, hopefully, if the Bulls can win more. Next, at 43, we got Kristaps Porzingis. The Celtics have him now. Had one of the best years in his career. In my opinion, he had the best year of his career on the Washington Wizards, which kind of went unnoticed because he was playing for the Wizards. But I think he'll have a great impact towards the Celtics this year, and he's become so underrated. Number 42, we got DeMar DeRozan. Still very good. Still arguably the best mid-range scorer in the league. And I definitely want to see him just impact more winning. We already know what we're going to get with DeMar DeRozan at this point. At 41, we have Evan Mobley, one of the rising young upcoming candidates for Defensive Player of the Year, already so good on that end. His offensive game can still use some evolving, but I like him at 41. At 40, we got Paolo Banchero. I'm so big on Paolo Banchero. He's already a very good three-level scorer, and I think his game is only going to continue to evolve. He moves like a guard, can handle the ball like a guard, can play make like a guard, and he has such a versatile game. I'm excited for him, especially being alongside Franz Wagner. Next, at 39, we got Cade Cunningham. Haven't seen much of him. I really just want to see him play this year. I know he can play make. I know he can score from all three levels, and I just want to see him stay healthy to see what a healthy Pistons team looks like with their best player. Next, at 38, we got Darius Garland. Very good playmaking guard, very good shooting guard, very good at shooting. And I want to see another year with him and Donovan Mitchell, see if they can be better in the playoffs this year. I know they're already going to be really good in the regular season, so there's no questions asked there. At 37, we got Drew Holiday, one of the best perimeter defending guards in the league, and still so underrated. Can shoot the 3-ball, can drive, is very strong and durable, and plays great defense. Love Drew Holiday, still so underrated. And number 36, they got Jalen Brunson. This is definitely a big stock riser after the all-star caliber season he had and the amazing playoffs he had. He was an absolute hero for the Knicks, and love Jalen Brunson here, one of the best guards in the league already. Next, at 35, we got Sabonis, obviously one of the best centers in the league, a top 5 center in the league, I believe, and already great elite playmaking, elite rebounding. Can't really shoot, but is also very good at finishing, so Sabonis is like the baby Jokic. It's like the next thing after Jokic, pretty much. 34, they got Bradley Beal, and this is a hard one to rank. I don't know if I take Beal over Sabonis right now because Beal's kind of been on the down, but hopefully has a bounce back season with the Suns. Didn't stay healthy much last year, so it's kind of a question mark for him. 33, they got Tyrese Halliburton, another big stock riser. Had an all-star year, made the all-star team. Already one of the best playmaking guards in the league and can score, 20 and 10 type of guy. And I just want to see the Pacers make a run for the playoffs. Number 32, we got Lauri Markkanen. And Lauri Markkanen had a great year, the best year of his career, made an all-star team. Helped the Utah Jazz be a top seed for a bit at the beginning of the season. But I want to see him contribute to more winning throughout the whole season and see if this Jazz team that has an underrated roster can make a run for the playoffs. Number 31, you got Jaren Jackson, Defensive Player of the Year. Not much else to be said. I like this for him. He's still very underrated, I believe, and can do things on the offensive side as well. Number 30, we got Trae Young, and Trae Young has definitely dropped, had a down year, but it's still very good. It's to the point where Trae Young was overrated at one point, then became properly rated, and now because of the down year he had and the Hawks really not going anywhere in the playoffs, and his efficiency struggles and all the drama he's caused sometimes in Atlanta, it feels like Trae Young is becoming underrated because this is a guy that averages 28 and 10 at the end of the day. Next, we have Brandon Ingram at 29, another very underrated player for the Pelicans. Didn't get to make much noise this year because the Pelicans didn't make the playoffs, but Brandon Ingram is still so underrated, and I think he'll have another great year this season. Next, at 28, we have Zion Williamson. He can't really stay healthy. We already know how dominant he is. We just want to see him dominant for at least 60 games a season, I believe. And yeah, I don't know. The story with Zion is just to stay healthy. 27, we got Bam. And Bam, one of the best two-way players in the league. He was so good in the NBA Finals for the Miami Heat. And there's not much else to be said. One of the most versatile defenders in the league at 27. 26, basically tied at 25 is Mikal Bridges and Kyrie. I don't think Mikal Bridges and Kyrie should be tied. I think Kyrie is clearly the better player. Kyrie is going to stay the better player. Mikal Bridges is on the come up, but I don't think he'll be ever as good offensively as Kyrie. He does have the two-way part, though. He is a much better defender than Kyrie, but let's be honest. If we're going between Mikal and Kyrie, I'm taking Kyrie. So next we have at 24, I believe, is Pascal Siakam. Still so underrated. This guy defends very well, can play center and rebound very well, and can also score pretty well. And he's so underrated because the Raptors haven't made much noise in the last 2 years. And hopefully the Raptors can make some sort of noise this year. Pascal is still such a very good player. Next at 23, we have Karl Anthony Towns. And he's such an interesting player because he's usually pretty good in the regular season, and then he's so inconsistent in the playoffs. I don't know where to rank him, and he's been on the Timberwolves for so long. He's not even the main guy there anymore. It's Anthony Edwards now. But Cat is still a very good player. 22, we got James Harden, and between James Harden and Cat, that's a close one, but I guess I'll take Harden. Harden is still pretty good. He's just so inconsistent. And during the regular season, you're going to get a 20 and 10 guy from Harden. It's just in the playoffs, what are you going to get? And this year, you got 2 40 bombs from him that won you 2 games, and then the rest of the games, he pretty much failed to show up. So that's James Harden for you at 22. He's still very good, very great player. 21, John Moran, and the off-court issues, all of that, it's true. It is what it is, but he's still such a talented player, and he's only going to get better. At number 20, we have Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, one of the most explosive young guards in the league, can score elite from all 3 levels, and he had a down year because of the playoffs. He had, honestly, probably his best year in the regular season, had that 70-point game, but the playoffs were a letdown. But Donovan Mitchell's still a very good player. Number 19, we got Jaylen Brown. After the playoffs, man, everybody was flaming Jaylen Brown, but whatever you guys say, he is still very talented, and I believe he will have another great All-NBA caliber season, All-Star caliber season as well. And I got Jaylen Brown at 19. Number 18, we got Paul George. We all know Paul George is a top 15, top 20 player when healthy. We just want to see him healthy. The potential is there. Just an amazing player, not much else to be said. I just want to see him healthy and help the Clippers make a deep playoff run. At 17, we got Fox. We really saw Fox actually impact winning this year, and he was amazing in that aspect, and he was amazing in the playoffs as well, and he deserves this 17 spot. At number 16, they got Jamal Murray, and yeah, this is probably one of the biggest stock riser after that finals run. In the regular season, he was okay. He was solid, averaged 20 a game. The quiet 20 as usual from Jamal, but in the playoffs, he absolutely turned up and was an amazing second option next to Jokic. You can even argue he wasn't really a second option. It was more like Jokic was 1A and Jamal Murray was 1B, but Jamal Murray was just amazing, and he deserves the 16 spot. Hopefully, he can maintain it next season as well. Number 15, they got Anthony Edwards, another big stock riser. Didn't win a championship like Jamal Murray, but he was great in the playoffs. It took him a little bit of time, I believe 1 or 2 games to really start warming up in the playoffs, but once he got hot, he arrived at the playoffs, and he's a great player, showed a lot of promise on both ends this year, and he's been amazing for Team USA as well. I think he deserves this 15 spot, whether you guys call it overrated or not, and he'll only get better from here. He's still so young. Number 14, they got Damian Lillard. My guy, Damian Lillard. I believe Damian Lillard is top 10, so I'm going to definitely have to disagree with this one. Damian Lillard is still one of the best guards in the league, and when he's on the Miami Heat, you guys will be further shown that, because he's not going to be playing for small market Portland anymore. He'll be on national games, national TV, Miami Heat. So Dame, keep sleeping on Dame. Once Dame arrives to Miami, you guys will see what he's really about. And at 13, also I want to point in, Dame had his best year arguably this season, and it went completely unnoticed. But at number 13, they got Kawhi Leonard, and yeah, the case of Kawhi is we already know how talented he is. This guy's a top 10 player when healthy. It's just, will he stay healthy? 12, we got Jimmy Butler, and I think Jimmy Butler is done criminally. I think Jimmy Butler should be at least top 10, but I'm not going to give you guys my top 10 list. I'll figure that out later. But Jimmy, I think, definitely is a top 10 player even after the great playoff run he had. Yeah, that playoff run kind of ended with him being very cold and getting cold and not starting it as hot, not ending it as hot as he started his playoff run, but Jimmy, I think, is still a top 10 player, and we are reminded of that every playoffs. Number 11, they got Shea already over Jimmy. One amazing regular season, and they already have him over Jimmy. This is what I'm talking about, overrated. But Shea is still on the come up, and I think he will eventually be better than Jimmy because he's so young and already so good, but I'm not ready to put Shea over Jimmy, but he's still a very talented player. Number 10, they got Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis was kind of floating outside of the top 10, I feel like, before this year's playoffs and regular season, but he's kind of back in there now because of how good of a playoffs he had and how great of a regular season he had, and he actually stayed pretty solidly healthy this year, so 10 makes sense for Anthony Davis. Number 9, they got Devin Booker. This is for sure because of the nuclear playoffs this guy had. He went stupid in the playoffs and was amazing, was pretty much the number 1 option for the Suns, and yeah, this makes sense for Booker. Recency bias for sure. Number 8, they got Kevin Durant. Yeah, Kevin Durant is still a top 10 player in my eyes, so this makes sense. 7, they got LeBron. Yeah, I don't know exactly where I rank LeBron in my top 10, but I do have him top 10, and LeBron at 7, solid, still a very good player. Number 6, they got Curry, and I think Curry is for a fact top 5. So yeah, they got Curry at 6, still very good, still amazing, still a superstar player. We saw it this year. 5, they got Jason Tatum. This is where I got to disagree. Tatum is not over Curry, and I don't know who would put Tatum over Curry yet. Yes, in the future he will be better because he's so young and already so good, but I'm not ready to put Tatum over Curry. 4, they got Joel Embiid. Wow, Joel Embiid at 4. I get it, the MVP, but damn, you guys gotta give him a little bit because he absolutely fell off in the playoffs, and I think he's still a top 10 player. Before, after the playoffs, I'd send Joel Embiid to number 8 or number 7. But number 3, they got Luka Doncic, and yeah, Luka Doncic is obviously going to be in the MVP race next year, and hopefully he wins it. I think he'll be up there for sure. Obviously one of the best players in the league, top 5 in my opinion. And number 2, they got Giannis. Obviously got dethroned by Nikola Jokic, who won a ring this year and was Finals MVP and has the 2 MVPs. Jokic is the best player in my opinion in the league, and I think will remain the best player for a while. It'll go back and forth between him and Giannis, but that is Bleacher's Report's top 100 players. Let me know what you guys think about this list in the comments, what you guys disagree with or agree with. I don't think this was a bad list at all. The order was pretty solid in my opinion, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe to stay on the radar for all things basketball.